Natonya Rubin, happy to have you on the.
Yo, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Cartier. You in Cartier World today? We got another reaction video, bro. Y'all like, comment, sub up, man. Like, comment, sub up. Run the numbers up, bro. Today we got a crazy video to react to, man. Diddy's victim. Cries, recounting the day Diddy shot her in the face, bro. Man, shame on him, nigga. This shit, man, we just gonna get right into it, bro. Y'all like, comment, sub up, bro. Share this video. This is crazy. Very interested to see what she has to say. We not gonna take this lightly over here. Let's tap in.
Platform.
Thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Yes, indeed. So before we get into your story, introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, I'm Natanya Rubin. I am a mother. I am a widow. God
Mm.
rest my husband's soul. I am a lover of art. I have a reupholstery business. I'm a life insurance agent. I am a woman of many things. I call myself a Renaissance woman. I do many things. I have lots of skills and gifts, and I'm thankful to the Most High for them all. I'm also a victim survivor. I like to call myself a survivor. I was a victim of a shooting that night in the club, December 27th, 1999, shot in the...
Shit. Uh-oh. She bringing out dates. Nigga, dates and years. I was a victim survivor, man. Shout out to you for surviving, bro. Man, it got tricky for you. I'm glad you could tell she's very level headed and she's doing things with her life, man. Hopefully it don't take too much of a toll on her life now, bro. But this is crazy.
face by Sean Puffy Combs. I was an innocent bystander.
Wow.
There's this notion online. What you did to me as a victim of a shooting that night in the club, December 27th, 1999, shot in the face by Sean Puffy Combs. I was an innocent bystander. There's this notion online.
She just said it. She was shot in the face by Diddy, nigga. Wow, bro. Hey, man, money and power will keep your ass out of trouble for a long time. Because she just said who it was. This is crazy. Now, it wasn't murder. I think murder doesn't have a statute of limitations. Certain things don't have statute of limitations. But, man, this is sick.
Line. What you did to make him shoot you? Nothing. But not that I or anybody deserved it. I was an innocent bystander, but I am a survivor. 24-year survivor.
So with that being said, right, if you don't mind, can you give me a play-by-play of everything that took place when you got shot by Diddy at the nightclub?
Okay, I can say I was at a girlfriend's house. We hung out for the holiday. My kids were spending Christmas with my grandmother. Everybody decided, I had decided against going initially because I'd gotten saved, so I wasn't really out and about. But my girlfriends were like, come on, come on. One of our girlfriends, her name is Big Stacy. She's a party promoter in the New York City area. And I decided, I'm going to go to support Stacy because we're friends and we supported each other in our endeavors. So I went out to support her promoting her own party that was at New Year's Eve. I wasn't going to go to the New Year's Eve party, so I went ahead after Christmas and went with them to the party. We were getting dressed. I didn't really have any clothes to go out over there. Like I said, I hadn't been going out. And so I was going to go home to get clothes. And they were all saying, come on, Eb. Everybody calls me Ebony for short. Come on, Eb, don't go home. If you go home, you're not going to come back.
That's me for sure. I go to the crib, nigga. It's a wrap, gang. Man, come on. It's over with. Night over. But dang, that's crazy. She said her first mind was to not go, but she was going out with her friends.
They were probably right. If I went all the way home to the section of Brooklyn I lived in, I wasn't going to come back. So my girlfriend said, why don't you wear one of my outfits? So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to wear your outfit. I'll go to my sister's house. Went to my sister's house, got an outfit to wear, came back because it was relatively close in the same section of Brooklyn, Crown Heights. I came back and I was getting myself together to go. They had already complained that I was taking too long, I took too long, so they were already moving out of the door down to the car. In my foray towards the front door, I was putting my earring in, and my girlfriend Kelly, whose house we were at, had a big Rottweiler named Brick. Brick jumps up, stands fully tall, and puts his feet on my back, on my shoulder, and it knocks my earring out of my hand. The earring falls, goes under the fish tank that broke earlier that week. And so there were still little pieces of glass under there. So when I went to get my earring, cut my finger. Just all these little things trying to stop me from going out of the door.
Hmm.
I go clean my finger, I get the piece of glass out, I clean it, I wrap it, put on a Band-Aid, put my earring in. As I reach the threshold, they're blowing the horn, telling me to hurry up. I step 1 foot across the threshold, and a voice says, "Go change your shoes." Now, I knew it was God. God talks to me all the time. So I was like, if I change my shoes, I have to change all of my accessories. And God just repeated, "Go change your shoes." Now, I'm a stiletto girl. I would stand up in my beauty salon in stilettos for hours and hours on end. This particular day, I had on short ankle boots. I'm not a flats kind of girl. I don't really wear flats. Well, now I do, but back then I did not. Those boots that I had on were flats. The heel was probably just about this big, and they were ankle boots, some snakeskin ankle boots. And I went back and I changed the boots. The boots I changed into, I had just bought them a month earlier around Thanksgiving from Bloomingdale's. And there's a story behind it. But what I had a girlfriend named Pat, whose sons were like the neighborhood guys that watch your back and all of that, and kind of they're on the block. She asked me for a favor. I did her hair. She came back and paid me at a later date and gave me a gift card to Bloomingdale's. I took that that gift card, went to the store, bought these boots. So this is bigger than just change your boots. It was an act of faith and an act of love for a friend that was repaid to me. I took that act of love that was repaid, went and bought a pair of boots, and those boots saved my life. I put those boots back. I went and put those boots on, which had a heel on them, went down to the car. We went off to the club. They were complaining, "You took so long, you're taking so long, we were going to leave you." We laughed it off. We got to the club. We pull up to the block, and there are 2 ambulances at the front of the block as you turn the corner, halfway in the street and halfway on the sidewalk on each side, narrowing the stream of traffic to 1 lane. And I instantly said, 2 ambulances? Are they expecting somebody to die? What is this?
Whoa. Hold on. So did she kind of speak it into is this her? Well, I don't want to say she spoke it into existence, but she said she had several different signs to not go out. The shoes, the no outfit. She was late. You know what I'm saying? She cut her finger. All these things happening. She's seeing ambulance. She like, it's a lot going on. And she's like, is somebody expected to die? That's a crazy, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of a crazy thing to just predict. Man, she must have felt it. She felt it the whole night. That's what she said. Y'all go with y'all first mind, for real, for real. I'm glad this woman's still here, though.
I had never, ever seen that at a club or at this club. And it just stood out as so weird to me. My friends were like, I had just gotten saved. So they were like, "Oh, come on, hallelujah. Don't start with all that." You know, making me a joke. You know how it is. I'm from New York. We got thick skin. I'm not bothered by it. But it stood out to me instantly. It was a very cold day. So when we got to the front of the club, there were lots of people outside. And anyone who's familiar with the club scene knows, especially a club that's considered popping, they're always going to leave some degree of a line outside so that the additional people who arrive think, "Oh, wow, look at all these people. It must really be jumping."
Facts.
It's just a whole...
Especially in LA. Niggas love doing that, bro. If you don't get that bit, man, I ain't standing in no lines. That's out. But they do that. It just to make it appear to be cracking. It might not even be all going all the way up.
Marketing thing for the nightclub scene. It's what they do. So there were tons of people outside. We pulled up to we got out. We went in front of the club, and so many people. I can say that I was relatively popular, and I knew so many people out there. And everybody kept saying, "Ab, what you doing here? I thought you was in the church. I thought what you coming to preach a sermon?" People were making jokes and stuff like that. And I thought it was funny. We laughed. And I was like, "No, I'm just out here chilling, helping Stacey promote." And everybody kept calling my name. People were just, because people had kind of steered away from me for a while. You know how it is when you first get saved and you swing the pendulum all the way to the far left. Now, everybody that comes in your presence, you're like, "Let me lay hands on you, girl. The Father God told me to tell you this."
Hell no.
And everybody was like, "Stay clear of Eb. She got the Holy Ghost in her. Steer clear of her." So
So she's a evangelist of some sort, a prophet or something, like the way she talking. Cause she's very spiritually connected. I could tell, man, this is crazy. So this was not her scene. She was not supposed to be here, man. Everything was telling her to not be here, but she was here for whatever reason.
eventually you kind of swing your pendulum back and settle somewhere in the middle that's comfortable. But at that time, like I said, I was freshly saved. So I was a holy roller. Um, but in being a friend, I'm loyal. I promised Stacy that I would be there for her, and so I was. Instantly when I walked in, I felt well, let me back that up. So the owner of the club, he has like brothers or something. They all look alike. There's this group of people, the Burgos family, they all look alike. He came to the door and said, "How many are you guys? How many's with you, Stacy?" She counted us out and we all went in. So they made us come in. When I was approaching the security guard, this particular one security guard, a female security named Sharice Myers, who was found out that she lied and committed fraud and all this stuff. When I was walking in, she checked my bag and she's like, you can't bring this in here. This is a weapon. It was a comb, a hair comb, a rat
Her
tail comb.
ass thirsty.
She made such a big to-do about this comb, took it out of my bag.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga would get stabbed up with that motherfucker though. It might get tricky. Nigga might have to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that shit could do damage. Security tripping though.
You allow 4 people or 3 people to come in with guns. Like, make it make sense.
Facts.
So we get in the club. She takes my comb. She makes this big scene. We get in the club, and I'm really, the entire time I'm in this frame of mind, like, why did I come? Why did I come? So everybody, it's active. It's, as they say, the club was jumping, and everybody's trying to, they see people they know, and everybody's heading off somewhere. So I was like the designated driver homegirl. I just held a little corner in the front. I didn't go deep into the club because I wasn't in a party state of mind. I didn't feel like I should have been there. And I just held my little corner across from the bar. I stood in this little area by this half a metal wrought iron gate, and I just stood there. My friends would go off, do their thing, come back and check on me. You good, Eb? You want something to drink? You good? I just was like, I'm good. Y'all go ahead. I was only in the club an hour and 15 minutes before I got shot.
Wow.
While I was standing there.
That's fast as hell. She wasn't even partying all night. Hour 15 minutes, she got shot. All these signs telling her not to be there. All these signs. They tripping on a rat tail comb. She's staying near the door because she don't feel comfortable in the club. She like, nah, this ain't really my scene. Hour 15, blamp. Nigga, she get blapped. That's crazy.
Right across from me at the other side, which is where the bar was, I saw Scar. Matthew Allen, the guy that Puffy got into the fight with, that caused this whole melee to take place. I knew Scar. Scar's mother lived across the street from one of my beauty salons. I've known Scar from the street. I've known him for years, and we were cool. So he's like, hey, what you doing in here? Because he knew I got saved too. And so he's like, uh-oh. Praise the Lord, you up in here? What you doing in here?
Damn, everybody... Nigga, is it an announcement when you get saved or something? Like, how do the whole New York know you got saved? Nigga, like, I'm confused. I ain't know that shit was... I don't be knowing when niggas get saved, gang. I'm gonna keep it 100. She making it like the world knew.
Everybody was shocked to see me there because they all knew. That's how 10 toes down I am. Wherever I'm doing, everyone is going to know. It's not a secret for me. And so because everybody knew I got saved and I was not out at clubs and stuff like that, it was clear, what you doing here? And so I was like, oh, Stacy's promoting her stuff and I'm just out here with her promoting, supporting her, and that's it. He said, what you drinking? Let me get you a drink. I said, I'm not drinking. So I said, I'll take a juice. So he ended up getting me a juice. He even laughed, like, you got me ordering juice? I said, I'm not drinking. And that's the thing about me as well. When I say what I say, people respect my decisions, just like I respect theirs. If I'm not participating in an activity, no one can make me do it. It just so happens I drank my juice. I was standing on the side. One of my girlfriends came to me eventually and said, I want to go to the restroom. And so I walked with her to the restroom. We went down, we descended the staircase, which was right beside where I was standing, and we went around the perimeter. Because if you know a club, it's all thick and congested in the middle, and I don't want to be brushing against people and all that stuff. So we walked the perimeter, the outer perimeter of the club, and we went to the bathroom. As I got down there walking, you could see that the club was really like packed. There were tons of people there. And so I was like, wow, it's really, crowded in here. You could kind of see who and who was in the club. So we went to the bathroom. I went right back to my spot. In no time, a bunch of people start ascending up the staircase from the dance floor and coming into what would be the corridor between where I was standing on one side and where the bar was and a bunch of other people were standing, where Scar was standing. That walkway led to the front door. And whenever celebrities or someone notable is making their way through the club, you know how it is. They have the main people, they have the entourage, their security or whatever, the hangers on, and everybody who wants to be adjacent to them. And so that's what happened. All those people trying to be adjacent, like, oh, where they going? Let me walk where they walking.
Oh, the
jump
groupies.
on too. So it was it swole. That little walkway swole with people. As they were ascending the stairs, Shine's song was on, it was going off, and Black Rob's song, Whoa, was coming on. So that little intro.
She remembers this so vividly. She like, the corridor, I was here and there, we walked around the club, and this song was playing, bro. This was real traumatizing for her, man. God bless her, man. Shame on them niggas for doing that foul ass shit. Then blamp this save woman.
Like that instrumentation. And so people were like, it was a current song at the time. It was popping. People were feeling themselves and they started, posturing and bravado and everybody was hyped. As they came through with that kind of mentality, they bumped into Scar's back. Now, Scar's back was to the walkway. So he couldn't see who was coming. He was facing the bar. His back was to the walkway. As they came through, they pushed him and his drink went in his face.
Wow.
So like anybody, if somebody pushes you from the back, he elbowed back, like, get off of me. When he
nigga said, who on me? But come on, bro, it's a packed club, nigga. We know somebody gonna accidentally bump you, nigga. That's why you doing the whole packed club shit. But he like, nigga, I ain't no hoe. Elbow a nigga, woo wop. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
elbowed back, they tried to push. And so it made the whole crowd start swaying. And that's when they got into this whole interaction, like, yo, he apparently, I don't know all the details of in that, but I know, I didn't know them firsthand at the time. I do know them now. He tried to say something to him or whatever, and then they said whatever they said. And then one of the guys that was with Scar, apparently Puffy gestured in some type of way that they didn't like. And one of the guys that was with Scar slapped him in the face with a wad of money.
Oh,
it was
shit.
Like the young.
Hell no, gang. Yep, it's bad. Niggas, it's getting aggressive. It's getting aggressive, bro. Niggas bumping each other, pushing each other. That's bound for a squabble up. Then niggas, we don't know what did he throw up. Did he throw up his hood? Y'all know that nigga was banging in New York. Did he throw up his hood? Nigga slapped him with the money. Hell no, gang. Hell no. Now I'm starting to see why this shit went left. Woman, oh man.
Young guys are now doing that little phone brick thing. Well, he had this wad of money in his hand for whatever reason, because I wasn't standing near them. I was across. But all I know is I saw when he swung and slapped and money was raining through the sky and falling to the floor. Everybody started trying to run and pick up money, and it was just craziness. It was lights, action, camera, people scurrying for money, trying to catch money out of the sky, and that melee was still taking place. Now, when I saw that,
niggas was trying to pay that rent, gang. They like, hold on, nigga, we taking this free bread, nigga. This my phone bill. This that cable bill.
Turned around to my friend and I was like, uh-oh, shit is getting crazy in here. You see this? And never in a million years did I think it would escalate to a shooting. I thought it was male bravado.
No.
It was cold as ice outside, so I had no reason to believe it would get to that. But in no time, one thing led to another. The money was falling down. And then I hear the raised voices, and I see Shine and Puffy start backing back. Now, we don't all watch the Hood movie or whatever. We know what it looks like when people are backing back and reaching from their hip to pull.
Oh, they
So
was
as they
clutching
were
that,
back,
nigga. They clutching that steel, nigga. They was clutching. So they backing up, nigga, clutching like finna come up off the hip with it. So this all started from some shoves and pushes. And this one, that's crazy. This woman that got shot from shoves and pushes, wrong signs being thrown up, niggas getting slapped in the face with money. And she just in the wrong vicinity, honestly. Nigga, Diddy, like she said, she's across from him. So Diddy and Sean backing up with that heat. So, nigga, she probably right in the shooter's sight.
backing back, they were drawing from their hip. And I turned to tell my friend, like, "Ooh, girl, watch out. Oh my God." Because there was really nowhere for me to go. I was where I was standing, there was a wrought iron metal rail to my back. I couldn't go. There was a drop over that. In fact, one of my friends fell over it onto the dance floor after everything happened. There was nowhere for me to go. And so as they were going back, they were backing back, like literally walking backwards towards the door, drawing from their hip. I told my friend, I said, "Oh my God, watch out." As I turned back to look at them, I watched them bow, bow. Both of them fired, and the muzzle flash was like, psh, psh. Shine's muzzle flash was a little higher. He was on the side closest to the bar. Puffy's muzzle flash was a little lower, and he was on the side closest to where I was, straight ahead from me. I watched them both fire their guns. I watched.
Damn. Gang, this is bad. Diddy, nigga, she saying she seen you shoot her, nigga. She talking about Shine's muzzle flash was higher than her, yours. Yours was lower. She know exactly the placement and everything, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it don't sound like this lady lying, gang. It do not sound like. It sound like this is a real victim. And shame on y'all niggas for that sick ass shit.
Watch them.
But see, really, man, she shouldn't have been there. I ain't gonna lie. And that shit getting hectic like that. You from the ghetto, get your ass out the way. For real, for real. But she's saying it was nowhere for her to go. She shouldn't have got shot. This is an unfortunate situation. Cause they wasn't trying to shoot her. They was shooting at the niggas they was into it with.
I got hit right here.
Wow.
In my nose, in between my eyes, which means I'm facing directly at you. Just like I'm looking at you, and I can tell you got on black shades. They kind of look like Cazelles and an Adidas shirt. That's exactly how I was looking at him.
Wow.
And I watched him shoot me. So, not to digress, it always bugs me when people say, "How can you be sure?" The same way you're sure when your man is lying to you, or when your woman is lying to you, or the same way you're sure when you ask your kids a question and they do that little thing they do when they're not being honest and you know they're telling a story. I'm that sure. We know people that we love. We know people's tells or body language or whatever. The same way you're sure that I have on a green shirt, I'm certain that he shot me. Now, was he aiming at me? Was I the object of his fire? Absolutely not. I should not have been, because I didn't do anything to him. But is that what resulted? Absolutely, because I see a lot of people online get stuck on that. "Oh, well, why would he shoot you? What did you do? Did you owe him money?" And I'm like, class, pay attention. Bullets don't have names, and they don't have predetermined destinations. Once they come out of the gun, they're going to go wherever they go. And that's the thing about crime and shooting people. You cannot guarantee that what you're aiming at is what you're going to hit, because you might be a thug, but it doesn't mean you have good aim. You might be a criminal, but it doesn't mean you have good aim. And that is exactly how I sit here today, because some thug criminal with an attitude and an ego that was outside of control decided he was going to fire a gun in a crowded nightclub and shot me in my face. By the grace of God, I am here. The first thing I said when the bullet hit me, and listen, when right before the muzzle flash went off, when I had turned back to look, I heard God's voice say, "Relax, you are about to get hit, calm down." And when I screamed, "No," pop, pop, and it hit me dead in my face.
Man, how is she? I don't know. How do she talking about? I heard God's voice. Relax, she about to get hit. Come on, gang. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all ever had a moment like that. You heard God voice say this, that. I ain't never heard God like that. I'm gonna keep it 100. I've heard him in different ways, not like how she's explaining it. But yeah, that's interesting, man. That's interesting. I'm not. I think she's telling the truth. I think she's telling the truth. She's seen Diddy shoot her because it's just too vivid for her, and it don't look like she lying.
And I never passed out. I never fell. I never cried. Everybody started running. And just like when you watch a TV show or a movie and there's one person standing in a spot and everybody else is moving in fast motion and that one person is just in that spot, whatever they do looks a little slower, but everybody else is moving fast. That's exactly what it was like. Everybody was running, trying to get places. It was chaos. It was chaos. When that door, the first few people ran out of the door flew open. And remember, I was in that line sight, straight from the staircase, straight towards the front door. As soon as the bullet hit me, I threw my hands up and screamed out, "No, God, don't take me. I'm not finished raising my kids. I have work to do." I screamed that at the top of my lungs. I said, I'm not.
Hey man, this is an evangelist. I ain't gonna lie. She hella spiritual. No, God, don't take me. Hey, this is her story, man. This is her testimony. This is a mother. You know, shout out to her for being able to raise her kids after this. She could have lost her life, man. This is a very serious situation, gang. I ain't even gonna lie. This is sick.
Not going. Don't take me. I have work to do. I have to raise my children. And as I said that, the door flew open and I could feel that total rush of that cold December 27th morning air. It was freezing out there. And it passed right before the air. You ever watch Star Trek and they say, "Beam me up, Scotty," and they start to pixelate? My body started doing that. I felt my body pixelating. I didn't even feel like a solid person anymore. And as my body was pixelating, that's when the door flew open and the air rushed in. You seen a loosely knit sweater or like the mesh net shirts that Jamaican men wear, the dreadlocks, the Rastafarians wear, that little mesh t-shirt? That's how I felt. I could feel the cold air from the front door rush through me, pass through me, go into the front of me and pass out the back of me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Wow.
Because I had never felt that sensation. I've always felt like a full, solid woman that I am. I felt the air come to my front, pass through my flesh, and come out the back. So all I could think was, this is what death feels like.
Wow.
I feel like I'm separating. My pieces are separating, and I'm dying. And that is what I thought. Now, I don't know what to call that frame of mind. I was conscious. I was fully aware. I looked to the side, and I saw this guy laying on the floor. Under the lip of the bar. And I said, oh my God, he died. And I stood there and prayed for him because my mentality was, he got
gang. You stood there and did what? If you don't get your ass to safety, man, what is you on?
shot in this. We had shared this situation. He got shot and I got shot. I thought I was dying and I already thought he was dead.
She tweaking.
So I didn't want him to face God without being saved. And so I stopped and I prayed for him. I prayed the blood of Jesus over him. And I prayed for his family and I prayed for the entire situation.
I ain't gonna lie, this lady, I think it's the truth, but she's a Jesus freak, no cap. Cause who the hell gets shot and the person they get shot with, nigga, you ain't trying to save your life and get up out of there. You trying to pray for them, stay in the way of danger. Like, come on, that shit don't even make sense.
Situation. And
I mean, did they already leave? Maybe they skedaddle, but why would you that? Don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Why? A random person, like, what are you on? Yeah, man, maybe her calling is she's something, nigga. She's a religious leader.
It was, I can't say that I was afraid. I can't, every time I get to this point, I just get emotional. I can't. I'm a tough cookie, and I promise you, I don't even, my mind doesn't tell me it's time to cry, but it's something I'm a tough cookie, but this always, because I can feel it. You know, it's that whole where people say, how can you be sure? I can still feel it. I can still see it playing through my mind. Like, what's your favorite movie?
Something About Mary.
I know you know every single part about Something About Mary. When she getting ready to go like this and that hair is stuck up and what's in your hair? The same way you know every iota of that movie, I know every iota of this movie. This is the movie that plays over in my head. And it's not my favorite, far from it, but it's what plays over and over in my mind. I can't forget it.
I understand. I know it got to be hard for you to relive that incident. So when it comes to the shooting, right, from your point of view, you're sure that Diddy shot you, 100%.
I'm 100%, I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. I'm 1,000,000% sure.
Gang, your ass is cooked, Diddy. You cook, gang. I'm keeping 100 down, bro. This look terrible. This is bad for you. This bad for you, gang. It's up. You know what I'm saying? It's up, bro. It's bad for you, buddy. Shit. Your apology for kicking Cassie like a soccer ball didn't roll over well. Shit. Don't let this catch too much wind. You might have to apologize for this, but he's so insincere. It's just gonna be bad for him, bro. It's gonna be bad. She's saying she saw what happened. He just got so much shit. It's like all his secrets is coming out them closets, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, you know, that she had to go through this and live through this, but Diddy, we on your ass, boy. They on your ass, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Pause. No Diddy. I ain't on his ass. No Diddy. Yeah.
I'm as sure as my babies came out of my womb and out of my vagina. I'm that sure. And I got 3 of them. I know what it feels like. I'm that concrete sure. And you notice the one thing, he has never formally denied. He did that one video with that wackadoodle attorney that was looking like he was high on coke. And he was like, I did not, and he used word semantics. I did not do anything to those people in a club. I remember his video 100%, a news conference. His eye, that's why he wears shades all the time, because his eyes tell on whatever he says. Go back and look at that video. There's a slender attorney who he never used again, no less, who's sitting at the table. Oh, these people are lying. We're going to prove da 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 da. Nonsense. Nonsense. He said, I did not do anything to hurt those people at a club.
That nigga didn't want to admit he was at that specific club. He like, I didn't do shit to them. That nigga, hey, yeah, bro, it's definitely word semantics, man. Diddy been playing this game a long time, bro, and maybe all this shit just caught up with him. I ain't gonna lie. This shit's sick, gang. It's sick, bro. It's sick.
Word semantics. See, I don't have the option of tuning it out and moving on with my life. It's my existence. So every single thing said, especially by him and the parties involved, sticks in my head. I already have a unique brain that absorbs everything and remembers details, finite details of obscure things that most people it would pass you and you wouldn't even remember it. I remember it all. I just have an uncanny thing. I was standing in my beauty salon one day. A guy pulled up to the front of my salon. I saw him in the car. I looked, turned my head. I said, come here. He came in the door of my beauty salon. He was like, me? I said, I know you. He said, I don't know you. I don't recognize you. I said, I was sitting in my mind for a second. I had to ponder, where do I know him from? And I said, oh, your name is Colin. And I'm sure he's somewhere out in the world. He can verify this. I said, your name is Colin. Your grandmother's name is Miss Cook. She was the cook at our daycare center. You and I used to go to Haitian American Daycare Center together when we were 4. You drank my milk one day at lunch and I punched you. You fell backwards in the chair, broke your teeth, and I got a butt whipping. When I said this, I was probably maybe 28. I hadn't seen this guy since we were 4 or 5. He said, this chipped tooth in my mouth? He looked at me and said, who are you? His tooth was still chipped. My girlfriend was like, yo, Eb is wild like that. She remembers everything. Yes, I remember everything. We were in daycare center. I was a grown woman at the time. I glimpsed him just turning my head and looking out the front window of my salon. I'm that certain. I know other people use other people's situation as the litmus test by which they judge whatever you say or do, but I am unlike most people in this world, and I'm comfortable with that. I have a very innate ability to remember things that people would not believe. I have an innate ability to remember details like you would not believe. And that is
Man, yeah, bro. She's showing you and proving, hey, I remember things vividly, correctly, not just as shooting incidents. She proving her point, man. It's bad for Diddy, bro. It's tough. And it's tough for her too, man. Shout out to you for surviving and just kind of pressing on and moving on with your life.
Is just how the good Lord wired my brain. This is who I am. I'm not going to let anybody challenge me on what I know and believe and what I know concrete that I saw. No one is going to challenge me on that. I stand vehemently and firmly, 10 toes flat on the floor, and stand by this with my life. And trust me, everybody else knew what happened too. You know how many people in the club were talking about this all around New York? Everybody knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. If you look in the comments on all of these video blogs and podcasts that are online, you'll see people that say, oh, I was in the club that night. We knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. So this is not just my word. They just had the power, the influence, and the money to get around town and shut people down and pay them for their silence. I personally know people who were paid for their silence. Personally. And that doesn't make me feel good, but I know they were. And here's the long and short of it. God created me also to not be a grudge holder in the world. As much as I don't like what they did, and they could have solved this a long time ago had they spoken up, they know how to look out for people who are struggling, going through, and pay them the right amount of money. You know what people's philosophy is? I'm gonna take this.
And they life too. Niggas know if they snitch, shit, I might be dead next week. So that's something to think about as well. But you right, man. Niggas in poverty, shit. They like, I need this bag. Oh shit, I'm finna take this bag, and my life is not at jeopardy because I'm not telling. You know what I'm saying? So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. So it was multiple eyewitnesses who saw this. It's several people who said there were people paid off. So, everything is adding up that he did this. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, man, people got a lot of questions.
This money, because I have this need today. And nobody's going to come and rescue me. Nobody's going to come and, who else is going to come and say, hey, take 10,000 or take 20,000? Who else? So while I don't like that they did not speak truth to power, I don't like that they allowed a situation to persist all this time without all of the facts being on the table and them saying what they knew happened. But I'm not going to sit here and judge anybody for the actions that they make. I don't like it, and it was wrong. But the decision that they made was theirs to make, and they're going to have to face God about that decision. But as for me and mine, I'm 100% clear on it.
And you made a comment about Diddy. He was wearing all white that night, so it was easy for you to see that he had a gun on him.
Absolutely. And here's the deal. I've had people say, oh, no, I saw a picture of him in a gray coat. He rich. That's what his attorneys brought him to the station to change into. I'm telling you what he had on. I don't care what anybody else says. I know what they both
That nigga smart. He know how to get up out that jam, and he got up out that jam, man. Hey, man, Diddy, why you blamp this lady? You know what I mean? It was on accident, but still, like, this shit get tricky. Nigga, I thought you was big boss man CEO Diddy. Nigga, why you shooting guns? But it do get like that, bro. Nigga got into it. She was an unfortunate, victim of gun violence. She wasn't a target, but yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough.
Hat on. I'm saying it 10 toes down. People can say what they want. See, the difference is Shine, he wasn't the man, so he got caught in what he had on. They were able to get photographed after the fact in something different, and all of that was a ploy. I'm telling you what I know this man had on. And if I'm not mistaken, there are images of when they were coming to the club. There's images of paparazzi taking their picture. This ain't
That's a
something I'm
good
saying that
point.
can't be proven. But people like to use semantics like, oh, well, I saw him in a picture and he had on a this and a that.
Hey, man, that's a good point, man. Prayers up for this lady. I hope she doing well and better now. And yeah, man, you know, it sucks that she even got to relive this. Maybe she could help somebody, you know, through her testimony. And, you know what I'm saying? She real passionate about this. Diddy, it's unfortunate, but you're going to have to pay for all this shit that you did, all them wrongdoings, man. They coming after your ass, boy. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments, man. It's Cartier, you in Cartier World.